Check 1 2, check 1 2. This is Mr. Foley. It's my first YouTube recording, so not everything's gonna be perfect today. So we're gonna try and do our best and see what we can do. I'll learn from my mistakes, but first of all, I wanna say RIP to Lennox, aka Ox. Super cool dude. I grew up in Brent, and people know him in Brent, and he showed me nothing but love and respect ever since I was a youngster. Someone murdered him. That's all we know. The newspaper report said he had injuries to his neck. That was in the Daily Mail. And I know, people on the street will speculate and come with all sorts of theories and stuff like that, but that's what happened. So his condolences to his close friends and family. He'll be surely missed. That's for sure. I just wanna, a few weeks ago I was on Facebook and I was having this back and forth with this chick. She's 40 sort of chicks, and it was funny because I know these things, but sometimes these things come apparent to you. So it's like she's one of these chicks that are on these all life matter, I'm not shaving my legs, herbal tea, Erica. But so we was going back. She put up this post with Candice Owens, and Candice Owens is one of these American commentators where she sounds like she's talking black, but when you really listen to her, if you really listen to her properly, because she talks and you think, but when you really listen to her, she's not talking black. She's smacking black people down. And she put up one of these posts, so I just commented on it, and she got real offended, and we was going back and forth, and she was basically in a roundabout way saying that all black ills are us, and we have control over this, that, and the next. And to a certain degree, she's right. But what I found funny was, through our exchange, she said to me that racism and white supremacy don't exist. So is this girl crazy? That's what I'm thinking. Is this girl absolutely crazy? And we was going back and forth, and she was sticking to her guns. So it was pretty much respectful to begin with. And then she turned around and said, after about a few hours, because we was going back and forth, and then after a few hours, she posted and she said, the only thing she needs to be wary of is the law, because the police treat black people much more harsher than white people. So I just said, well, that's white supremacy there for you. And she said to me, no, it's not. It's racism. So I said, it's the same thing. She's arguing that it's not. Then she starts saying how black people are racist and we do this, that, and the next. And I was just like, black. She's basically saying that black people go out and attack white people. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, or things don't happen. But this is what she was saying. So I was like, never in my life have I heard black people going out and attacking white people. So then that's when it dawned on me, and I was like, you know what? Some black folks are scared of white, and I get it. You understand? I'm not gonna pretend that we're on an equal footing and we can go toe to toe with these folks, because in the current state that we're in, we can't. But she was, and then we was going back and forth. So that's when and then not only then, it was last week. I'm on social media and I saw this video. I believe it was in Italy. I don't know what team this black guy played for, but he plays in Italy, and he was getting racially abused by the fans. And he was gonna walk off, and his teammates, not like they was offering him support to say stay on the pitch. They was badding him up to stay on the pitch. Then the referee booked him, and then his manager, the football, I can't remember what team this is. I'll have to go and look it up. And this football manager basically substituted him. So I'm saying everyone, I'm like, this guy sort of, not the player, but the whole establishment around him, the referee, the manager, they all chickened out. They all chickened out. They didn't take a stand. They allowed them to go on. So then now you got these English fans now, English football fans saying how bad it is over there, and we're much better than that. And I'm just like, are you crazy? Wasn't it a few weeks ago that players were getting racially abused in the UK? I remember Aubameyang for Arsenal I'm sure it was Aubameyang. Someone threw a banana on the pitch at him. Then there's the Raheem Sterling. But you see, the thing is, it's not just the racial abuse they get in the stadium, because it's bigger than that. It's like, what jobs do these people do when they leave? You see what I'm saying? These people are bank managers that could deny you business loans. These people they may be employers that may deny you work for no other good reason than they just don't like the color of your skin. You see what I mean? It's deeper than just football. It's not just football. Yeah, it's not just football. It's deeper than that. You know, if you're not on your feet, these people may be working for the local council, and if you need help and you're in dire straits and you need housing or assistance from the government, these people may be sitting down there, and they're the ones that make the decision whether you get help or not. You see, so it's not just football players in the stands. It's not just football players that are just getting abused. It's bigger than that. And yes, and big money, and we could all sort of shrug it off, but it's still not on. Raheem Sterling again, I'm sure he was playing Manchester City. No, he plays for Man City. They were playing Chelsea or Man United. I'm sure it was Chelsea that was playing, and he was getting racially abused. And because he sort of took the high road and didn't retaliate, they said what a good example he is. So it's like, so basically, as long as you don't retaliate, then it's all good. You take the high road, and we won't punish these people. So it's all right. But I tell you what, mark my words. One day, it's gonna be a big tournament. It may be two big teams. It may even be a smaller player that we never even heard of. Something's gonna like that's gonna happen, and this player, he's gonna put hands on someone. He's gonna retaliate. I can see it already, and then everyone's gonna jump up and say, "Oh, that wasn't necessary. Did you really just need to do that?" No. You see, that's so we need to. Well, we know what kind of system we live in, so unless we take a stand against it, you can't really expect them to do nothing. It's us that's gonna have to do something, and I believe one day that will happen. And some people like to. That's why I'm asking: are we scared? That's gonna be the title of this video. Are we scared? It's the same thing with this Meghan Markle business. So the ones of us that got our eyes open, we saw this coming from day one. But no, once she met this Harry, everyone was All Lives Matter crowd they was loving it. They was living through Meghan Markle, and and look now, not 2 years she's been married, and they're off. And I don't believe there was no mutual consent or Harry decided to protect his wife. I personally believe that she had that baby. They waited to see what this baby was going to turn out like, and they looked at that baby and they said, no, that baby don't look like us. We are not having it. And if you look at that baby, you can see how he's going to grow up. He ain't going to be looking like them. So and they was told to basically get out. So just I can't be using all the sort of words on here because I don't want my page to get flagged up, because I see how a lot of black people's words get misconstrued and their page get taken down. But so I'm gonna be using some cold words sometimes, and you're gonna have to just figure them out. Sometimes I'll spill out, sometimes I won't, because you know I don't want people to sort of flag on my page and get it taken down or censored, you know, because we say we got free speech, but there's no real free speech. But you know what? It's funny. A few weeks, there's a guy on social media. His name is Sarah Garvey. I've seen his work on the internet and social media for a while now. He's a really smart dude, and he made a video. He's made two videos actually. One's about immigration, about the deportation that was going on a couple of weeks ago, and he made one a few weeks ago about this thing called BAME, BAME. That's the Black and Minority something. I don't even know, but you know they like to put us in this black and ethnic minority sort of thing. This is what they like to do. And he made this video, and it's so funny because I was thinking these things, and he just literally put all of my thoughts together and more, cause he's a smart dude, and he put it out there. And it's funny. Go and check it out. I saw it on Facebook. I don't know if it's on it must be on other social medias as well, but go and check it out. It's really thoughtful. And the funny thing is, I can see where this is going with this Brexit business now, because these people that come from overseas, they're gonna start getting treated real harshly, and they're gonna be coming for our help and our support. And black people, please don't get involved. Leave them. Let them deal with their business, blood. Because when it comes to us now, when it's us and we got our problems, they sound like Donald Trump, and they sound like this Boris Johnson, and they sound like Nigel Farage. In fact, if you know any people that come from Eastern Europe, some of them, not all of them, because some of them are cool, talk to them. Really, really talk to them. Don't like attack them or nothing. Just have a proper conversation with them. If you have a real conversation with them, they will tell you what others that are like that, the other people from their nation think about you. They'll tell you if you really talk to them on a level. You understand? They'll tell you they don't like us. They don't like us. They don't want to be associated with us. But trust me, when that pain comes, when this pain comes, they're gonna come crying for our help. And I remember after the Brexit vote happened, and there was some sort of hate crimes, they call it, race crimes against people, Eastern Europeans. When this was going on, I saw nothing but black people on the TV and heard them on the radio jumping in on these people's defense, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's beyond me. So don't be in no doubt about it. We live in a global system of white supremacy. It don't matter where you are. And it's funny because going back to the beginning, yeah, I know I'm all over the place. It's my first one, so you're gonna have to allow me. I remember when me and this girl was going back and forth, me and this spirit, she's one of these, this spiritual Erykah Badu herbal tea chicks. We was going back and forth. So I asked her, where on the planet is not controlled by white supremacy? And I can only think of one place. And even they're not directly affected by it, but indirectly they are. But there's only one place I could think of, and I didn't give her the answer. If you know the answer, please put it in the comments, and we'll see if you get any. Oh yeah, don't forget, subscribe, like, and comment. If you put some nice comments in there, I will, you'll talk about them. Don't be trolling. I'll just ignore them. So if you got nice comments to say, then please go ahead, put them in there. I'll go through them, and if it's something interesting, we'll talk about them. But anyway, there was nothing. There was one play. Anyway, she was she was jumping up and she was sort of dodging the question. So I says, tell me, and trust me, be under no illusion, no doubt, whether, because us in England, some of us sometimes, and it's easy, because I've fallen for it myself, we forget that we live under white supremacy, because we get to wear designer clothes and nice Nike trainers. We got a roof over our head. We get to drive around nice German cars and Jeeps and everything. You know, we got a nice wage packet in our pocket, and sometimes we earn more money than some white folk. So we think we're alright. So it's like they say to you, they will say to you, oh, you're doing alright. So what you moaning about? But don't be under no illusion. As quick as it comes, as it comes, it can go. Yeah, we know that. We know how the British get down. They're very covert in what they do. So it don't matter if you live in Europe, North America, South America, Canada, Africa. Yeah, I know some of our African brothers and sisters, they don't believe they live under white supremacy. You do. Yeah, and I spoke to this Nigerian guy. He was Igbo, and he turned around and said to me, that's just for you guys, because you guys were slaves. And there was a West Indian man, that was a couple of West Indian men that was around me. And they started jumping up and down. I'm like, no, calm down. Let him talk. And he was basically saying, how good the European man is, the British man, how good they are. It's us. We're our worst enemy. Everything's fine and dandy. He's building 2 homes in Africa and this and that, and everything's lovely over there. So I'm like, all right, so what are you doing here? If we're the victims, which we are, but if we're so bad, then what are you doing over here if over there is so good in Nigeria? If you got so much resources over there, what are you doing over here? Shouldn't you be over there balling out? You see what I'm saying? So now I asked him, what do you dominate? What resources, what industry do you guys, the indigenous Nigerians, what do you lot dominate over there? And if you dominate stuff, then how come we ain't doing business? And he's telling me about oil. You don't run oil. Don't be stupid, lad. You even try and put your hands on oil, they'll round you lot up and throw in a boat faster than you could flipping call for prayers. You understand? So it don't matter what part of Africa you go, they dominate you. Yeah, whether it's directly or indirectly. If it's not military, it's some trade sanctions, economic sanctions, Ebola. Yeah, so don't even try it. Australia, forget it. We already know. Yeah, then anywhere you wanna go, you're dominated. And people like to try to throw China. China, look at China now. Yeah, remember they was having trade talks with Donald Trump and his crew. Yeah, they was having trade talks. That's what it was. And then then it ended up into a trade war. And now we have coronavirus. You think this is come out of nowhere? You understand? China is allowed to do what they do. They are basically they are cheap labor for the world. You understand? If you don't know that, some people are gonna know this, some people ain't gonna know. They are cheap labor for the world. Just like how you see these British people moaning, oh, all the Europeans come over here and take our jobs. Yeah, they're like that. You understand? They're cheap labor. That's China, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, them countries, Vietnam. These are cheap labor countries, man. You understand? And don't think for a minute they're not dominated. They may not be directly dominating because the people them that are keeping their foot on their necks look like them. But the minute they try and turn around and try and do something independent, you'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off now. It's my first YouTube recording. Hope you liked it. If there's other topics that you want me to talk about, put them in the comments. We'll talk about them. I'm not an expert on a lot of things, you know, but we could all do our research, look up, read, see what's what. So yeah, you do that, subscribe, like, and hopefully you'll hear from me again.